In the America we live in today, things like teen pregnancy rates skyrocketing and teen promiscuity in the media are no longer as shocking as once before. Today, these types of things have altered what we once considered to be the cultural norms. There are other things that have become more and more common and ultimately become more acceptable among teens, something I refer to as adolescent domestic violence. According to loveisrespect.org, 1 in 3 adolescents in the U.S. is a victim of physical, sexual, emotional, or verbal abuse from a dating partner. And because of our nation's lack of recognition toward teens and domestic violence, teens are confusing what is a private issue or an aspect of their private lives and what is breaking the law with acceptance. So the question at hand is, where does this acceptance of domestic violence stem from? This kind of behavior begins early. This idea of acceptance begins as a child in the home. According to Carrie Moylan and her colleagues' study, results of research showed that child abuse, domestic violence, and both in combination, increase a child's risk for internalizing and externalizing outcomes in adolescence. When children are predisposed to violent behavior, they internalize that behavior as being normal, whether they see it as something bad or not. And more times than not, adolescents take a role in the violence when they get into relationships of their own. Approximately 3.3 to 10 million children are exposed to domestic violence in their homes every year. So when you consider the facts, 3.3 to 10 million children are more likely to be accepting to this behavior. Out of the 457 children observed for the study, 96 were exposed to just domestic violence, and the majority of those children externalized what they observed. The second most common effect was children internalizing their observations. These alarming statistics are in need of a turnaround. Domestic violence among adolescents should not be acceptable behavior. It needs to be addressed and properly treated as if it were a disease. We need to take control of the negative situations among our youth today so that we can have a positive tomorrow.